Ahoy mateys, and welcome back to Screaminpirate EDC. Now, today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I wouldn't call this a full review, but it's more of a highlight of a trend. I'm going to put it that way, guys. Something I've been meaning to talk about for a while, and with a knife that is dropping tomorrow, or it could be today, guys, whenever you're seeing this, on January 13th, I feel like it's time to highlight this. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, guys. So what I'm talking about today is, I guess the best way to put it is the resurgence of a style of knife that I feel like has slowly been creeping back more and more and more in recent years. Now, for a long time, everyone will tell you that an open L or an Antonini, kind of like this, where you just have this like slide lock and you slowly pull it closed. This traditional style knife has always been something that people find popular and they find inexpensive and something they can just kind of go to, you know, very thin, very nice to have. But I wouldn't call it traditional in the American style. More what I would call traditional is a slip joint, or something like you would see maybe on like a Swiss Army knife or something like that. But I would say in the last 5 years or so, really in big popularity, I've seen makers like this. So like Pena. Another one I've seen is Jared Oser. All right, so I have the Oser around here somewhere. Ah, there it is, guys. So very much this traditional styling. Now, Jared Oser and Enrique Pena both do full custom slip joints. So very, very classic traditional styling, but these also have, you know, these are modern traditionals. They have a lock, but they very much look, with this bolster and everything else, they look very traditional. Now, those are kind of playing on people liking that traditional feel. But there's been one maker, and I highlighted it as my favorite new brand for 2022, Jack Wolf Knives, guys. He has come out swinging. And when I say swinging, let me see if I can even get all of these knives in my hands. So they all come in these slips. There's 4. There's another 3, and there's another one that's dropping on the 13th. These are typically, all except for maybe 1 or 2, based on traditional patterns that come from the slip joint world, but he's doing them in very modern materials. Now, a few people have pointed out to me that like Northwoods and like Lion Steel have done this for a while, but I feel like they haven't done it to this level. And what I mean by that is we're talking M390, ridiculous hollow ground, great fit and finish, and these cool modern materials in titanium. You know, some people have done modern materials or titanium and whatnot, but they haven't really done it in this insane fit and finish and hollow ground blades, in my opinion, from what I've seen, guys. But this resurgence of slip joints, I think, is super cool. So this one right here is the low drag Jack. This is coming out on the 13th. Now, this one in particular, not super my style. This doesn't do a whole lot for me as far as styling, but that walk and talk is fantastic. You know, all of this through here being singular and no gaps, no nothing, just the very, very high level of fit and finish is super, super nice. Also, because you have this hollow ground on cardboard, you know, I have no problem doing that. So if I just need to cut through some cardboard really quick, or whatever it is that are small, quick tasks, this does the job. I've really found that the slip joints have been making their way into my pocket more and more. And I'm not a slip joint guy. I'm not a traditional guys. But yeah, these are super cool. So I wanted to know what you guys think. You know, let me know down below. Do you guys, are you liking this resurgence of slip joints and this traditional styling? Or do you like something more modern? Kind of like from Arcane Designs, or, you know, say quiet carry or null knives, you know, super modern stuff, you know, or do you like stuff like, go ahead and pop some of these Jack Wolves out, you know, like this. I mean, this sway back, one of his early ones, you know, these are super cool. And it kind of gives you, you know, that feeling of, I guess the best way to put it is your grandpa's knife, you know, like, especially one like this, the dog leg, like my grandpa had a dog leg knife and like, but these are like super, you know, well done. Yeah, they're like $300 and a lot of people are considering them expensive for a slip joint, but I ain't never seen a slip joint in M390 with that hollow grind and those materials, not personally. Yeah, guys, I think it's a super cool thing that's happening, and I'm really here for, you know, something different, even if it is, you know, pulling from the past, something different in the knife community, because honestly, guys, it feels like there's not that many makers that are doing things that are kind of rocking the boat, I guess is the best way to put it. And I feel like Jack Wolf is, you know, in some ways rocking the boat, but also kind of playing on that everybody, you know, likes their grandpa's knife and they want something, you know, that they can kind of associate that with, which I think is super cool. So with that being said, guys, that's all I really have for today. There's not much more to the video. I think it's a super cool trend. If you'd like the low drag jack, again, it's dropping on the 13th. This one is in that cool, like yellow fat carbon. It's just cool, guys. Styling really isn't super for me. It's not exactly my favorite. If I were to grab my absolute favorite so far, it's not that one. It's not that one. Jeez, guys, there's so many. It's the Cyborg Jack. I've said this before, this is easily my favorite one from him. And then right after that would be the Midnight Jack that I just showed you guys. So, I mean, very much, I like my clip points, I like my warnies. These two are my favorite. But if you like this, definitely check him out. I think it's super cool. I love that he's doing these crazy high-end materials and that he's just cranking these out. Because, you know, eventually you're going to see one and you're going to see that blade shape and go, ooh, I need it. Yeah, I really like that. I like a designer that's willing to push forward with that. Again, let me know what you guys think. I'm really interested to hear some feedback from you guys on the community. Do you guys like seeing all these Jack Wolf videos? You know, do you like these traditionals? Or are you more of a modern person? Well, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you on the next one. All right, so we have the low drag nail nicks.